Hello guys, welcome to my guitar hobby channel. Now the other day I purchased and received a Harley Benton SC500 in white. The guitar was only $139. Guys, you can't even get McDonald's at $139. That was a joke, guys, but you know what I mean. It was really cheap. So during my unboxing and inspection process, I have discovered some minor cosmetic flaws. Now, minor cosmetic flaws are, as you know, I'm fine with it because it's $139. You're getting an actual guitar with inlays and bindings, and it comes with the strings. For $139, yeah, I don't mind a few cosmetic flaws. That's perfectly fine because you can't even see those flaws from about 3 feet away. It looks really good, guys. So what the important thing is how well it plays, right? Now, when buying a Harley Benton in this price range of about $139, they're not gonna do the work that it takes to make it a great playing guitar. You're gonna have to do it yourself, adjusting the neck, checking the frets for proper level the frets, round the fret ends, polish my frets. I would have to make sure the nut is properly done, to get rid of the burrs and things like that, to make sure that the string is good in the nut. Then I have to look at the bridge and adjust the bridge to make sure that there's no sharp edges that's going to break the strings and things like that, right? So all this stuff is, it is expected that you do all this to your guitar. I'm fine with that. But sometimes, right, I discover, an issue that I cannot live with. And today's issue is a buzzing bridge. Check it out, guys. So what's happening here is that this is a Thomann style bridge, and the way it works is that the saddle rests on the bridge itself, and it can move up and down, along the string for intonation, and that is achieved with a screw. Now, if you look at the patent picture found by McCarty, who invented this thing, right, the saddle sits on the bridge, and the screw is just there to, move it back and forth. So in this example over here that I got from Harley Benton, the bridge is manufactured poorly, right? Because the saddle is sitting on the screw, right? So basically the screw is too high up, lifting the entire saddle, and it's not making proper contact with the base of the bridge. Now, this could be the result of the screw hole being too high on the bridge, or the screw hole being too low on the saddle, right? So basically there's nothing I can do, right, about this, because I'm not gonna solder and drill and refill and it's ridiculous. So I contacted Thomann by email, and I said hello. After inspecting the Harley Benton SC500WH Vintage Series, I found that the bridge was not manufactured properly and was buzzing on the E string. I then sent a link to the video of me wobbling the little saddle back and forth, as you have just previously seen. A day or so later, they replied and said basically that they're gonna check with their guitar experts, send them the link to my footage, and that they'll get back to me once they hear back from their so-called guitar experts. And so a couple of days later, Thomann got back to me and said that they have heard back from their experts, and the answer is that the experts who supposedly had viewed my video acknowledges that the saddle is a bit loose, and that I should tighten the screw for the intonation a little, until there is a bit of tension on the saddle. Please give this a try and let us know how it works out, basically. Alright guys, I don't think the experts at Thomann understand how a pneumatic bridge works. You see, because there's a screw, right? And the only threads for that screw is in the saddle itself, right? So turning that simply moves the saddle forward and backwards, along the line of the string. Any tension caused by that turning would be from the spring that you see there, and that spring is just there, right? Now, sometimes people may have a rattling spring because the spring is too short when you move the saddle all the way down, you know what I mean? But then the fix of that would not be to turn the screw, because then that'll mess up your intonation. The fix for that would be to take out the spring, stretch the spring, then put the spring back so that the spring is in contact on both sides, and there's some tension of the spring against the saddle and the end of the bridge, so that the spring doesn't bounce around, because you want that saddle to be exactly where you have set it. So what Thomann had gave me was, a solution that, is not good. I'm not going to mess with the intonation, and because that's just not how things done to solve a rattling spring. But again, right, I told you before that the problem is that the whole saddle is not resting on the surface of the bridge. So I sent another email to Thomann with more details, and I basically wrote out everything you saw me explain, just minutes ago, right? Now, I understand, right? My first email was like, hey, bridge is faulty, please mail me a new bridge, or, give me some money back and I'll buy a bridge locally. Now, I made that offer because, shipping from Germany to here may cost, unnecessarily much to ship just a bridge. It may be cheaper for them to just credit me a little bit, and then I'll just buy a bridge here locally. You know what I mean? So I wanted to give them that option, right? And so in my email that, with the lengthy explanation, I also offered to make a YouTube video, demonstrating exactly what I'm talking about, which is what actually you just saw me do a few minutes ago. But as of right now, I'm going to wait for Thomann to respond, and this is where we cut to black, and I'll continue this video when I get the next email from Thomann.